What's going on, you guys? Steph back with another video. Yeah, I haven't done a car ride video in a long time, especially two around here, because I'm always on the go, right? So, it's Sunday. That's one I want to talk about, man, and it's Dub. I don't really talk about him as much, and I hope you don't see this as I get on and start going haywire and beefing with me over old stuff. But he was talking about if you have a 9 to 5, you're GAY because you don't stream, right? Well, basically saying you're fruity because you work for another man. And I simply comment, and it's actually getting some views on my ex account at Stefan the Don with 3 N's there. So if you want to go over there and check it out, I say some knowledge stuff. But the reason why it caught my attention is because, well, let me say this too, right? We all know he's a troll and he's very disrespectful. So we already know what type of BS he's really on. But this is the thing I don't understand with people like him, man. When you're trying to get on to doing content creation, it's not like how it was during 2000, I'd say 12 and 13, where it's very little and only very few were making 6 figures. See, now that now that everybody's doing it and it's oversaturated, a lot of people want to get into it is because we see guys like, the Casanets, the Aiden Rosses, Flight, Cash Nasty, his brother Moo. Man, his skin looking good. Anyway, are doing that, right? And I'm all for it being content creation because, you have complete 100% control. The brand deals are there. And especially too when you're like this, jobs don't really, treat you with respect. I'm very fortunate. I'm very thankful my job does. But when you talking out the side of your mouth about working a 9 to 5 is GAY and you okay working with another man, but something he has to understand that not everybody is going to make it as a streamer, right? Especially starting, because so many people are doing it, and it's hard to even get on like that, right? Especially let's say hypothetically you hit your highest as a individual, as a streamer. That ride doesn't last as long. Is because you got so many people doing the craziest stuff. Got so many people doing it. And you gotta be someone who can make it last every time. Because one thing I always learned, especially in the YouTube world, your subscribers ain't loyal to you. It's like a favorite restaurant you used to go to for like 3 years, right? You go there, you eating, but then you find another spot where the food is probably better, so you go over there to eat over there, and you stop going to that spot. It's because, man, not your customers are not loyal to you. That's how your subscribers are. So for him to say some nonsense like that, to do streaming and make $500,000 a month, I don't know if this boy is doing that. And, for him to talk that goofy stuff is wild to say. It really is. I'm all for it. I would love to make, a lot of money doing streaming and YouTube. I still believe I can do that. But in the meantime, you got to make money to eat. You got to make money to survive. And a lot of you guys who either are single dads or, who got families and stuff like that, you got to pay rent. You got to work a 9 to 5, man. You got to work your money. You got to make your money. It's not like that back in the day where you can just really put in the work and then, somebody is willing to help you, man. Nah, man, it's not like that anymore. So for Dub to say some nonsense like that is really outrageous and ridiculous. Hold on, I'll be right back. Yeah, my fault. I forgot to fix my settings. But, let me speak on this, right? You damn near need a miracle just to even get your name out there in the streaming world and the YouTube world. Right? Because like I said earlier in this video, I know so many guys who had millions of subscribers, bro, they barely can crack like 500 views on, I would say, shorts, on YouTube shorts. I'm shocked that I'm still able to do that with my account. But it's like, for him to say some stuff like that on YouTube and streaming, to call men, GAY to fend themselves, that's ridiculous. Especially, too, I think one of his homies in Capaholics, Baby Rich, no disrespect to you, brother, but that dude ain't cracking numbers like that on streaming. He lucky he have his homies to help him out, but it proves my point. Not everybody's gonna make it on the Twitch streaming world. It's really not. Right? You see these Instagram models out here, and these rap chicks. They saying, shoot, they gonna sell that kitty cat to an NBA player because they know this talent level ain't gonna get me far in life. So, to say some nonsense out your mouth like that is really ridiculous. And I'm gonna say it like this: this person is not business savvy. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it from a business standpoint. And honestly, too, from a common sense standpoint. Dub, you really gotta relax what you say on the internet, because you're really offending the average person. Especially, too, a lot of people out there don't even like their job. They actually hate their job. And to sit down and hurt millions of people who look up to you is pretty crazy. Or I'll say like this: to say some wild stuff like that and to get highlighted like that is pretty crazy, man. It's not easy out here. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not easy to make it in the streaming world. It's really not. Hell, I know some streamers who have like a really good base currently, and they're still in college. Proves my point that there's no long term in this world. I'm telling guys the truth. There's no long term longevity in this world. So don't listen to guys like Dub or any retard. If you really want to take it seriously, like I'm doing myself, work it, go to college, or keep that job. The most smartest thing I tell people is to invest their money into actual stocks, not the Bitcoin stuff. If you want, go do that. S&P 500, Apple, Google, Microsoft, and always just continue to work. Get education while you can. I'm a person who doesn't believe in education, but always keep working until you get to a point where you have millions in the bank. Then you can take your streaming stuff seriously. because there's no loyalty in that. That's one thing I learned from AMS, man. Always have money on the side while you're running your business. Always have income coming in while you always going, man. While you always trying to make your dream happen. I don't tell people all the time to quit their dreams. I tell people all the time, do stuff still while you're working your job. That's just the God honest truth. Don't listen to that fool Dub, man. He don't know what the hell he talking about, bro. I'm saying it. Don't listen to an idiot like him. Yeah, just because he making 50 to 500K a month off streaming, that's good for him. He's different from the others. The average streamer is not even doing that. They're not making that type of money. I know for a fact. There's retards who on TikTok believing, oh, I just need my followers up and I'll make some money on TikTok. It don't work like that. That's all I gotta say. I'm out. Deuces.